Not true.
I have zero debt. Nothing in life is free. And the harder you
Why would you
work for
lie about
something,
things
the
that are so
more
easily
rewarding it is.
verifiable?
Today I stand very Jewish.
Base.
At the time, have people that worked for me in the club. My company at the time, we lost 4 employees.
How dare he? How
Okay, watching this guy.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers, and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer, and today we are very jocularly
This has to be a troll. I don't even know why I'm reading this. This has to be a troll. I've met all 3 of my last 3 exes at the gym and dated 7 girls within the last 2 years, all from meeting them at the gym and helping them fix their form. Your take is just incorrect. You just have to be tall and 6 feet for it to work. This has to be. This is a troll message, right? It has to be a troll message. That's a troll message, right? It has to be a troll message. I can't. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know.
laughing at George Santos. We're going to talk about George Santos a little bit and all the lies upon liars with lies. You know, normally politicians lie all the time. But before we get into George Santos, this episode, like all of our episodes, is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com. It's an effective way to remotely execute any kind of document, whether it's a power of attorney, any kind of document. You use eSign.com, and you don't have to be there in person. You get 3 signatures a month for free. Just download the app, and if you're doing business, do business with eSign.com. It is so awesome. Now let's talk about George Santos, if that is your real name. He has lied. It's easier to say this. He hasn't told the truth about anything. He has lied about where his employment is. He has lied about all of his experience. He has lied about being a volleyball champion. Who the fuck would lie about that? A volleyball champion. He has lied about his mother, being a 9/11 survivor who is actually also has a warrant out of Brazil for theft.
Base.
And I guess he's already admitted to that. And he's under, I think, about 5 different investigations, a couple with DOJ. So we're gonna just look at this compilation, and it'll be I can't even begin to tell you the temerity this guy has.
I dare anybody to stand up and try to cancel me.
Okay, you're gonna get canceled. It's coming. Can you just feel the freight train of retribution coming his way? George Santos, liar, liar.
free? Santos free.
Did I embellish my resume? Yes, I
Did I embellish? Okay, now to embellish means I had more experience. I worked for Goldman Sachs, and I was there for only 3 years when I said I was there for 5. That's embellishing. If you say I was there at Goldman Sachs and I never was there at Goldman Sachs, that's not embellishing. That's just straight up lying.
did, and I'm sorry.
Congressman George Santos has been facing a storm of controversy amid reports that he fabricated key details about his education, work experience, heritage, and more.
Work experience, heritage, more. In fact, all the details about me aren't fucking true.
What a absolute
But here's
Chad.
where he is going to really, really, really get himself into prison. So, I mean, lying, congressmen fucking lie all the time. Lie, and then they lie about others, and attribute statements to other people. They do it all the time. Kevin McCarthy does it. Joe Biden does it. Every politician embellishes and lies, but not like this. One of the things that he's done, and this is why there's a criminal aspect to this, is he donated $700,000 from his own personal funds to his campaign. He did not have $700,000, and so those are. And my understanding is that there is a whole host of $199 contributions from a single source, and we'll talk about that in a second. But let's kind of continue.
These are blatant lies. Do you have no shame?
Tulsi, I can say the same thing about the Democrat.
I love it when politicians do this. When they ask you a direct question, I can say the same thing about Democrats. Here's the thing. You can't say the same thing about any other politician that has lied like this.
On November 9, 2022, George Santos was elected to Congress, flipping New York's 3rd District and helping the GOP clinch a slim majority in the House. He made history as the first openly gay Republican elected to Congress as a non-incumbent. But just over a month after his win, an expose by the New York Times unraveled a string of lies he told about his background, prompting even more discrepancies to be spotted.
We were bamboozled. Absolutely lied to.
Lying during a campaign is probably not enough to get him recalled. You need something a little more.
And we do not want this representation in New York District 3.
I put myself through college and got an MBA from NYU.
Not true.
I have zero debt. Nothing in life is free. And the harder you
Why would you
work for
lie about
something,
things
the
that are so
more
easily
rewarding it is.
verifiable?
Today, I stand very proud with the bachelor's and master's.
Like, at least be like, I got like a 4.0 like in my 1st grade class where I did like theoretical physics in year 1. Like, because no one can look that up. No one knows a class took in 1st grade.
All New York educated, Baruch College and NYU for my MBA.
Santos's website once claimed he got a bachelor's degree in economics and finance from Baruch College. His biography on the National Republican Congressional Committee's website also previously mentioned him
Now, here's the thing. When you put these provably false things out there, and these are fine in the sense that, you know, there's nothing criminal about lying like this. You know, you're hoodwinking your constituency. It's kind of reprehensible, really. I mean, because what do you have? If you don't have your word? What else do you fucking have?
Money, baby.
Nothing, right? Your word is your bond. And so, if you believe that I'm lying to you right now, you can't trust anything I'm saying.
And
that's why I always try to keep it real. And but when you go, if you do wind up with something criminal, they can use all this past stuff against you later.
At New York University. Both Baruch and NYU, however, told the Times they could not find any records of him attending. Santos has since admitted to the lies to the New York Post.
I didn't graduate from any institution of higher learning. I'm embarrassed and sorry for having embellished or lied on my fucking resume. Lie number 2, that he worked at Citigroup and Goldman
Santos'
Sachs.
campaign site, which has since been updated, initially stated that he began working at Citigroup as an associate and quickly advanced to become an associate asset manager in the real asset division of the firm. His bio also indicated he briefly worked for Goldman Sachs. Spokespeople for Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, however, told the New York Times they could not confirm his past employment. In subsequent interviews, Santos clarified that he instead had worked for a company that did business with the firm.
Oh, wait a second. I want you to know that I'm a member of Liars Anonymous. In fact, I'm the president. Remember that old skit? Okay. I didn't really work for them. I worked for somebody that had a Citibank credit card. I mean, give me a break.
I used a poor use of words.
I lied.
But I did work in the industry for a number of years.
But not for that employer. I mean, fucking hate. This is the worst one, I think. 9/11 claimed my mother's life, so I'm blocking. So I don't ever have to read this again.
According to her obituary, Santos' mother actually died in 2016, more than 15 years after 9/11. Santos himself confirmed the year of her death in a tweet just months later.
That's the other thing. When you put tweets out there, when you put a permanent record out there, you better make it true. Because, I mean, what do you get out of that? What do you get out of saying your mother died in 9/11? It really takes away from those that did.
Santos later claimed his father was also on Ground Zero the day of the attack, and again confirmed neither of them died that day.
My parents were both down there the day of the attacks, and fortunately none of them passed.
The current version of his website states his mother, quote, survived the tragic events on September 11th, but she passed away a few years later when she lost her battle to cancer. While it is possible his mother could have developed cancer from toxins released during the attack, people are pointing out that 15 years is more than a few years, and that her obituary makes no mention of 9/11.
And my understanding is that she wasn't even in the country on 9/11.
Oh, good morning. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Lee has served as an inspiration, as a friend, and as a leader for the Jewish folks in Congress, at one point being just 2 members. So now we're going to be 3.
That's Santos speaking at the Republican Jewish Coalition meeting in Las Vegas last November, noting that with his election, there would now be 3 Jewish members of Congress. But less than 2 weeks later, he said this.
I'm Jewish.
Based. Me too, dog.
I mean, he's so smug and he lies so easy, and he is slick, but he's stupid because his lies are so easily provable. And he's the kind of guy you just want to, I don't know, beat the shit out of.
Jesus
I come from a
Christ.
Jewish family. My mother's family is Jewish. I grew up and I was raised Roman Catholic. My father's Roman Catholic.
And just about a month later, he said this to the New York Post.
I never claimed to be Jewish. I am Catholic because I learned my paternal family had Jewish background, so I said I was Jew-ish.
I've seen how socialism destroys people's lives because my grandparents survived the Holocaust.
We're no stranger.
Okay, how does Holocaust and socialism have anything to do with each other?
Well, he's a Republican, so they're all socialists.
First of all, it was fascism. It was, totalitarianism in Nazi Germany. The two don't equate.
To persecution. My grandfather fleeing Ukraine in 1920s to Belgium, then fleeing Belgium to Brazil in 1940. It's a story of survival, of tenacity, of grit, as we like to call it.
According to genealogy records first uncovered by the Jewish news site The Forward, Santos's grandparents were both born in Brazil before the Nazis came to power. CNN also interviewed multiple genealogists, none of whom could confirm the claim that Santos's grandparents had fled the Holocaust. Since all of these revelations were made, people in Santos's district have been calling on him to resign.
We need to stand together because we do not want to be represented by a clown in Albany.
So when you take somebody's clout, their truth, their history, and you trample on it by assimilating to it or by appropriating it, and none of it's fucking true, you really add insult to injury. But all of these things are building on each other.
Did I embellish my resume? Yes, I did. And I'm sorry. The reality is I'm human.
The thing is, too, is that, like, it's funny to call him, like, maybe he's a pathological liar or something, but, like, isn't, like, pathological lying, wouldn't that be, like, something you're doing, like, in the moment? Like, these are thought out ahead of time, like, speeches written. Like, this guy is just, like, really malevolent, stupid. Like, this guy is, like, just... It's not like he's just, like, caught in the moment and he's, like, lying and, like, making shit up. He's, like... He's going for it. I don't know.
More aspects of Santos's life have since come into question. Claims about his income, his philanthropic credentials, his property ownerships, his mother's career, and even a claim that he lost employees to the Pulse massacre.
At the Pulse nightclub in Orlando in 2016, which I happened to, at the time, have people that worked for me in the club. My company at the time, we lost 4 employees.
How dare he? How dare he try to score political points or gain sympathy by lying about losing employees?
That's exactly what you see the pain that you cause by doing that. I mean, and here's the thing. He's a gifted speaker. I'll give him that. I mean, he's got a compelling way about him. But nothing is true. So.
All right, bro, I don't know who's trolling. We need a poll or something. But I need polls, and then I need, like, to see, like, gym membership proofs. I don't know why he feels the need to declare things so confidently that clearly knows nothing about, but at literally every single commercial gym I've been to, people talk to each other. People come up to me, ask me how long I've lifted, maxes, etc. I've met a lot of chill people at the gym, and women and men will ask me for advice. And if I see someone doing something very wrong, I'll tell them. Epic Gamer Girl 69. Dude, I can't tell if I'm getting trolled. I was thinking the same thing. I've been going to the gym for 6+ years, and most people are social. Literally on Friday, I loaded a plate for some random guy because I was right next to the leg press, and he was like, oh, cool. Did you just, like, turn around and you're just like, oh, let me just put this on? It just, maybe it's times of day we're going? I don't know. I'm so mind-fucked right now. Like, my chat is very divided. There are some people who think that these people are all trolling. There are other people who think that I'm very wrong. I can't tell. I met my long-lost brother at the gym. He was loading up my bench. Dude, I can't. I don't know what's happening. We're watching the rest of this. I super can't tell. Loading someone's plate for them is psychotic. Yeah, like it sounds like a skit. It sounds like a skit. Like a dude is like, you know what it reminds me of? You know what I get? You know what is appearing in my head? What's the name of the one parody thing that was like The Onion?
David has never met me before. I'm really excited to surprise him. I think he's going to be very surprised because he has no idea that I'm finally back from Afghanistan. Surprise. What? I'm back from Afghanistan. Oh. Did I surprise you?
Yeah. Thank you for your service.
This is for you.
Thank you.
This is what you guys remind me of. You're just on the other side of the bench, like loading a plate for a dude, like smiling at him, and he's just like looking at you like, what the f are you doing? This is who you are. There's no way you guys are doing this. Like, you see a guy like throwing a 45 in the squad, and you like run in and say, let me just load this for you. Like, no shot. I don't believe you guys. Okay.
You know, these guys are awful to represent. And I'll tell you why. Because nothing he's going to tell his lawyer is true. And all this stuff is kind of just reprehensible by itself. But what's going to do him in is that campaign finance. That's what's going to do him in. When you lie about one, you know, there's a doctrine in law, and sometimes it's incorporated into a jury instruction, and it has to do with credibility of a witness. It's called falso in uno, falso in omnibus. In other words, if you're lying about one thing, you're lying about everything. And if you don't have your credibility, you don't have jack. And in this case, when he's looking at those campaign finance violations are going to be so easy to prove, because there's going to be a trail of money, and it's going to go here, it's going to go here, it's going to go here, and he is not going to be able to get out of that. And guess what? Somebody who is that loose with the truth, that so cavalier with telling lies, is going to be that way in their personal business. I've seen it over and over again. You watch. They're going to dig a little bit, and they're going to find a lot. So this is just our little reaction to the wonderful...
Wait. Okay, we're done with this. Please don't say shit that I've already said. Destiny, the loading plates thing when you're like changing off the bench or the machine is spinning around, I've already said that. Yes. If you're swapping machines or if you're swapping out, you might ask, do you want me to leave this on? Do you want me to leave something on? Oh, I can add, I can take away as you're switching things. Yes. I've already said that like 7 times. Yes. Okay.